For the men's team, Whitaker Davis and Billy Schulte were the top Gustavus swimmers at the meet, recording 3 individual events wins each. Their strong performances were enough to beat Hamlin, but St. Thomas took the meet, beating Gustavus 168 to 137. Other notable finishes include Paul Kirihara with 2 wins in the backstroke, and John Rice, who won the 1,000-meter freestyle. The men's relay team of Rice, Davis, Ben Stewart, and Craig Nordquist won the 800 free relay as well. The women's team had an even better showing, toppling Hamlin with a score of 245 to 27, and St. Thomas with a score of 183 to 116. Diana Vidovic was the top Gustavus women's performer at the meet, registering 2 of the team's 10 first-place finishes. Steph Korba also had a great meet with 3 top 3 finishes, including a win in the 200 butterfly. Next up for the Gustavus swimming and diving team will be the Grinnell Invite this weekend. The gymnastics team hosted UW Whitewater for their season opener last Saturday. Whitewater outmatched Gustavus, taking the meet by a margin of 15 points, but the Gusties were without senior Kelly Mathewson at the meet. Danielle Thibodeau placed second in the all-around with a score of 33.275. Samantha Opsahl also had a good showing on vault, beam, and floor. Next up for the gymnastics team is this weekend's Gustie Triangular. The University of Wisconsin Superior last Tuesday. Freshman Lisa Turi scored just 4 minutes into the contest, slapping in her 4th goal of the year, which was unassisted. The Yellow Jackets tied it up at 1 apiece midway through the second, but junior Allie Schwab put the Gusties back on top just 3.5 minutes later. All 3 Gustavus goalies saw action as the Gusties skated past Superior with a final score of 2-1, with Schwab's goal being the game winner. Then last Friday, the women's team hosted 8th-ranked Trinity College in a very evenly played matchup. A defensive highlight came from the Gusties on a 5-on-3 penalty kill in the first period, in which junior goalie Danielle Justice made 2 big saves. Still tied at 0 late in the second, the Bantams nearly scored during this flurry of action. They started celebrating, thinking that they scored, but the puck crossed the line a fraction of a second after the period had ended, resulting in no goal. Justice made a huge breakaway save on the way to overtime. Gustavus only managed 2 shots on goals in the overtime period, and the game ended in a 0-0 tie. The women's basketball team rode a strong first half to victory last Saturday against Carleton. After 8 minutes of even scoring, the Gusties went on a 13-3 run to take an 11-point lead midway through the half. Molly Mathewitz and Molly Geske led the way with 8 first-half points each, as the Gusties took a 14-point lead into the half. A balanced second-half attack helped fend off the late Carleton surge, as 7 different Gustie women scored in the half. Clutch free throw shooting down the stretch allowed them to preserve the lead for the 68-63 win over Carleton. The men's team also hosted Carleton last Saturday, and after 17 minutes of even play, the Gusties found themselves suddenly trailing by 5 at halftime. The Gustie men quickly set the tone for the second half, however, going on a huge 14-2 run in the opening minutes of the half, capped off with a bucket by Dan Schmidtneck. They extended their lead to 9 a couple minutes later off of a Phil Wirtjes jumper. Carleton never recovered from there, and only came within 4 points for the rest of the half. Schmidtneck put the game on ice with time winding down, making some clutch free throws, and the Gusties preserved a 56-51 victory. After tying Augsburg the night before, Gustavus was hoping to get 2 points in the home game of the weekend series. Zach May of Gustavus started the scoring with under a minute left in the first period. That momentum carried over into the second, with May scoring again just 4.5 minutes into the period, and Ryan Johnson netting another one for Gustavus 50 seconds after that. Still in the second period, Augsburg slipped one past goalie Josh Swart out, but Ross Ring-Jarvie tacked on one more insurance goal before the period ended, and Gustavus skated away with a 4-1 victory.